Coffee with Uncle Dave. So, I'm going to ramble on with the story this morning. I got to share it. I've shared it on a past video, but it needs sharing again. Hold on, let me take a sip of this. So, this was, a couple months ago, because Conrad passed a little over a month ago. And this is about a month, maybe 6 weeks before he passed. So I take him for his walk, right? And we just go for like one walk around the block. So we went for a walk around the block. Now, mind you, we only went half the trip because it was like 2 in the afternoon, almost pretty much 2 to 3 is the hottest time of the day. We live at the base of the mountain, so like by then it's fast over the mountain. It's shining directly on us, the sun, right? Well, a little past directly. Directly, I guess it'd be noon, but whole point. It's extremely hot out. The dog's, already hot. He's panting, so that's why we ended the trip early. We're halfway around the block. So we're cutting through the alley to come in to the back side of our building where the drive-through part of the carports is, the little gate or whatever. So I got a clicker, and I clicked the gate to get open. Now, mind you, my wheelchair was like already beeping. Beep, beep, beep. And so, like, another reason we had to end the trip early, but whole point, right when we get to the gate, boom, the wheelchair just totally dies. So mind you, now I'm in the alley in front of the gate. So like if a car can't drive in or out of it now, of the building, I'm right there dead in front of the gate. So I thought, oh good, luckily my mom's oxygen company, who I won't even blast their name, I should, but I won't blast the name, but her oxygen company, the driver, her usual driver is like coming, but he's servicing someone else in the building at that time. Well, anywho, neither here nor there, so he parks right at the part where you walk into the gate, which is right next to the drive-through part. So he parks right there, and there's one, my neighbor is out there smoking a cigarette. Now, mind you, this lady's like 80 years old. She's out there smoking a cigarette. So I told her, I go, hey, Miss Rosa, I go, can you ask him, that driver, to just click my wheelchair, my power chair into manual. It's like 2 little switches in the back. I go, click it into manual, and just push me into the gate. Just out of the way of the cars, right? So she goes to his car, she knocks on the window, she's like, hey, can you help him with his wheelchair? Now mind you, here I am, I'm on oxygen, in a power wheelchair, and I've got a little chihuahua sitting in the wheelchair I have a chihuahua sitting with me in the wheelchair. So you got a guy on oxygen in a power wheelchair with a puppy in the wheelchair in the heat of the day. And she asked him, she goes, can you help him? Just push my wheelchair just out of the way of the cars. And then the maintenance man for the building was going to push me into my house. This guy rolls up the window. He tells her, he goes, no, I'm not here for him. He's not my patient today. And he rolls up the window on her. And that's it. And then you continue to sit in his van, in the air-conditioned van. Well, I sit on my oxygen with my dog in my wheelchair in the heat of the day, 5 feet from where I need him to push me. And I was like, who does that? This guy's like 22 years old. He's in top tier condition. Pushed me 5 feet. And mind you, every time this guy came to my house, I offered him bottles of cold water. I even helped him bring the oxygen tanks in. His job, I helped him bring in the oxygen tanks, for my mom. And he blatantly tells her, no, I'm not here for him, and rolls up the window. Left me in the heat of the day, in my wheelchair, on my oxygen, with my dog. Who does that? Him apparently. So then, luckily though, the maintenance man came, and I was like, Oscar, thank you. Could you just push me in the gate? He goes, I got you. I'll push you to your apartment. So he had no problem pushing me to my apartment. Now get this. As he's pushing me in the gate, this guy has the balls, or the nerve, to come up to us and ask, could you let me park my van inside the building so it's easier for me to do what I'm here for? I looked at him, mind you, I'm a very passive person. Ask anybody, I'm very easygoing. But oh man, the Christian in me left. And I was like, no, you know what? Now mind you, I have crooked fingers, but this was my flipping him off. I go, no, fuck you. I go, no, fuck you. You sit out here in the heat and you do your job. I'm usually not like that. But like I said, this man had me waiting in the heat on oxygen with my dog in my wheelchair. 5 feet is all I asked him to push me. Anyway, enough of reiterating that. And thank you. Anyway, so my maintenance man, luckily for me, pushes me in my wheelchair, back to my apartment and in the door. But it blew my mind though, so bad I wanted to call his company and give them a piece of my mind about their driver. But I'm not like that. I kept it to myself, and I'll just vent it to you guys. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not even sharing the company he works with because I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Even though he's a crappy human being, I'm not gonna crap on him or his job because he might lose his job, and for all I know, he may have kids, that home he's got to feed or something like that. There's a bigger picture. You know what I mean? Than just me being upset that he's a crappy human being. He's got that cross to bear, not me. You know what I mean? At some point, that's gonna being like that with that mindset is gonna catch up to him. Hello, hi. Being like that to people is gonna catch up with him at some point. He's probably gonna have trouble in relationships or whatever the case may be. But give them enough rope, they hang themselves eventually. You know what I mean? But like I said, I don't report people because of something that minor. You might do more damage than just your ego that was hurt or something like that. Because no real harm came out of it other than, me being hot for like 10 minutes until my maintenance man came out. So nothing really harmful happened, per se, you know what I mean? But, it just shows me, every time that guy comes over, I don't even come out of my room. I did once while he was here. I just stayed quiet. I went past him, went to the kitchen, got my bottled water, went by, opened it in front of him, and I knew he was hot. Drank it, a couple gulps, and then went back to my bedroom. What is PFP? I don't know what that means. But yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much it. So anyway, I'm going to make it about around a 10-minute video. So we've got a little over 2 minutes. So fair warning, spoiler alert, I'm going to sing right now. So those of you that have heard me sing probably want to leave. But but it cheers me up, makes me feel good, makes me happy singing. So that's why I'm going to sing. So I'm singing for, not to sound mean or weird, but I'm singing for me than you. You know what I mean? But yeah, not to sound selfish, but I sing for me first, then I sing to make people happy. But first I sing to make me happy. And I like this song right here. Here's a good one. I feel like I can pull country off. But what's happened to me? Oh, COPD. I think it's what does that stand for? I know it's constricted something, obstruction, pulmonary disorder. Chronic obstruction, pulmonary disorder. Hold on, let me pause this. Chronic obstruction, pulmonary disorder. You might want to Google that. I might not have it, word for word verbatim. But yeah, basically, my lungs are crap. I can go maybe on a good day, to be honest, like 5 steps, and then I'm like totally gassed. I'm winded. Like I get winded just transferring from my wheelchair to my bed. But I feel it can always be worse. Like I could be like, hell, I could be homeless, you know what I mean? But I have a roof over my head, 2 meals a day in my stomach. I've got you beautiful people to talk to, so I've got internet. I've got Netflix, that always helps. But my buddies that I game with, they're like, it must be cool to be able to sit there and game all day. No, it's boring. Maybe like the first year of your life where you get to sit home all day, it's kind of kick back. But after a while, you run out of things to do, and it gets very depressing. It does. But I try not to, I sing, I talk to you guys, keep that depression. Because when you're not doing anything, that's when depression sets in, I feel, So, what climate are you in? Oh, California. Yeah, but I live in California, which means I'm too poor to move anywhere else. Because like California charges you for, I pay $330 a month just for a basic cable and the lowest tier of internet. My cable company Spectrum charges me $330 a month. That's crazy, you know what I mean? I'm on disability. I barely make my bills, but I don't complain because, like I said, hey, I could be worse off. It could always be worse. Did I smoke a lot? Yes, I did. For about 20. Let's see, since I was 19 till about 35. What's the math on that? 15 years. I smoked about half a pack a day. So yeah. And I don't want to preach, but I feel like this is where smoking gets you. But you never know. To be fair, it could have been just maybe I was born with like not the best lungs. So maybe you smoke half a pack a day and it won't do the same thing it did to me, or maybe it'll do worse. I don't know. I'm not saying smoke. I'm not saying don't smoke. I'm just saying that's your lungs and your life and your decision. But yeah. But if I had an opinion or advice to give, I would say don't. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's not up to me. It's up to you, totally. You know, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, I was just explaining COPD. You're a 50-year-old smoker? I'm 51 years old, but I haven't been smoking since I was 1, man. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Oh my diet, yeah. That's not good. I'll be honest. I like a lot of Stouffer's lasagna, stuff like that. You know, I eat a lot of frozen food because like my care provider cooks my dinners, but like during the day, I kind of gotta feed myself and what? Oh yeah, I know. But I gotta feed myself, and so I eat a lot of microwave stuff. You know, because like with hands like these, you can't do much cooking. I'm not trying to glorify it, but see, like they make like L's. They don't straighten. They make L's. And then like my thumbs, see my thumbs, they go all the way back. See, they're just there for looks. They're not usable. But yeah, so I use this part of my hand. But it could always be worse. Oh yeah, I stopped smoking. I've been here 8 years. So 10 years ago, about 2 years before I moved here. So 10 years ago I stopped smoking. But yeah. Let me review this message. Oh yep, exactly. Yep, you nailed it right there. Rheumatoid arthritis. Actually, it's technically JRA, juvenile rheumatoid. I got it when I was 12. Like I said, I'm 51. So yeah. Yeah, the arthritis. Yeah. Yep, RA, yep, rheumatoid. Like I said, juvenile rheumatoid. But once again, not to keep repeating myself, but once again, it can always be worse. You know. Yeah, you know, my arthritis doctor was telling me that, like, back when I first got it, they didn't have, like, the medicines and treatments they do now. So, like, people that got it way back in our day, like, we had real, you know, we didn't have much medications to go by. Thank you. So, yeah, we didn't have much to go by, so we just are a lot of, you know, well, you could tell it got real crippling for people. So, like, I do one treatment because I had to have neck surgery to where they fused my neck. No, I haven't looked into that. But I know they can't operate on my hands because they said it's too far gone, you know? So they can't operate on my hands. It's too late. But, yeah. Oh, wow. See, yeah, you, well, at least it's 62 before yours just started. But, yeah. Not to downplay it, but yeah. So, they, like I say though, I had neck surgery where they had to fuse my neck, a neck fusion or whatever, because apparently they said something about like the spine is in like a canal, and at the neck the arthritis was kind of making it kind of close, and they said there was a good chance over maybe 10, 15 years, it had a chance of crushing the spine at the neck. Obviously, we know what that means. That's not good. So they fused the neck, they did a neck fusion. And then I also get, which only, basically, worst case scenario, just limited my range, you know, like my, like if I go to look to the right, I got to kind of look from the hip also. I can't turn all the way. Anyway, so oh yeah, well, it gets a little frustrating because like you can't open anything, and like you gotta have like help with everything. But like I said, it can always be worse, you know. But one last thing, I also get like every 6 weeks I go for Remicade infusions, which technically is considered a quote unquote a chemo treatment. I mean, but I don't say chemo treatments because people automatically think cancer, they think radiation, and it's not that. It's just for my arthritis, so I don't use that word. You know what I mean, I just say the Remicade infusion, and it's kind of kickback really because you go to this room with a couple other people there. They're usually asleep though, and you just sit back in this comfortable recliner and you watch TV while this IV's pumping it, doing its thing. You just sit there and chill. So it's not a bad treatment. And I can always tell when it's time to get one because the body feels kind of out of whack. It's kind of like the Tin Man in the Wizard of Oz. That's like my oil can. Those treatments. And what it does though is yeah, what it does though, it's a bunch of effects. Oh yeah, okay, but what those treatments do though is they basically shut off your autoimmune system because, to my knowledge, RAs it kind of advances in your body through your autoimmune. It's an autoimmune disease. So by shutting that down, it keeps it from progressing. Oh, the Remicades, yeah. Oh, the Remicades, I like my Remicade treatments, but that's just me. You know what I mean? But so whole point, it shuts off your autoimmune system. So like, I got to be careful around any kind of hell. If people sneeze around me, I could like wind up catching a really bad cold, or if not, go easily from a cold into pneumonia, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I guess staying in my room, tethered 6 feet to an oxygen machine all day, I guess is kind of germ free. It keeps me away from getting germs out and about. So once again, it can always be worse. So I don't know. But oh well. But if you guys could please subscribe, that would be so cool. I hate to seem like I'm begging for subscribers, but just to throw it out there once, that'd be cool if you guys could subscribe. But thank you guys for watching. I'll get on later tonight. Oh wait, what happened? Thank you. But yeah, I want to get on later tonight. I've got like over 2,000 videos. If you guys get bored or whatever, and you want to just humor me and watch some of them, I've got like a lot of playlists. But yeah. So anyway, I was gonna sing a song, but I'm not gonna do that to you guys. I'll get on in a little while and sing. But thank you guys. All right. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.